Laura Dominick, and I am a wife and a mother of 7 young adult children. We've been homeschooling now for 24 years. I have 1 more year left to go. What I'm doing at this point, since I'm almost done with my homeschooling journey, and I realized I needed to kind of do something different. I didn't want to sit around and just flounder and waste my time, kind of just going through the day, which is what I found that I was doing now that I have a little bit more time in my day. And what happened was last year, my sister-in-law died suddenly, and it kind of was a good wake-up call. You never know how much time you have, right? And so I decided I needed to do something different. At that point, I had come across the Women's School, and so I signed up for their 6-month masterclass. And let me tell you, that 6-month journey completely changed my life. It gave me a new positive mindset, which I had never really had. It gave me direction. It gave me a dream. I had the ability to dream, and this is part of the result of my dream. I recently became a woman's Certified Wholeness Coach because I wanted to help women to, in my situation where their lives were heading into this new season and things were changing and they couldn't really remember who they were after taking care of their kids for so long. So I became this coach, and I'm building up a coaching business, but I also wanted to start this YouTube channel because I like to talk to people. And I thought that this would be a good way to really reach out and engage the women who are kind of branching off, launching themselves into this new season where their kids, they still need them, but not in the way they always did. And they need to learn new skills, and they need to learn new mindsets, and they need to find the dream that God has put on their heart for this season. And they also need to really go deep and unearth the woman that God created them to be for this exact season. What I plan to do for this channel is to have 3 seasons in a year, and I want to really take this time. There'll be relatively brief videos, but I want to take this time to look at the different aspects of launching yourself into this new season. So we want to talk about your dreams and the goals that you need to take to reach those dreams. We'll also talk about the things that are changing in your life, and the things that you need to change in you to kind of deal better with this season. Maybe you need to learn how to create boundaries. Maybe you do need to learn how to take action or make decisions, or just have a much more positive mindset. You need to skill up instead of stress out. So what I want to do also during our episodes here together is to talk about 8 very important areas of your life. So we're going to kind of have a little bit of a different focus each week on one of the 8 areas, on a topic within those areas. So the first area is your self-image. We need to look at your self-image. Who are you? Right? Who are you after you've spent all this time raising kids? And do you know who you are? Do you know who God created you to be? Do you want to change and design your self-image? Maybe you want to be more outgoing or more creative or something like that. We are going to talk about how you can design your self-image and the woman that you were created to be. Then we want to look at your family life. I mean, that's changing now, isn't it? Your kids are getting older. Maybe they're getting married. Maybe you're eventually going to be a grandma. So we need to look at your family life and help you to design how you want your family life to be. So the next area we want to look at is your intimate relationship. Probably this is going to be your spouse, but it might not be. And so we want to look at who is it that you're sharing the most intimate parts of yourself with. Your thoughts, your dreams, your actions. I want to help you design the kind of relationship that you want to have now that things are changing and it's just the 2 of you. The third area is your environment. How long have you been wanting to change something in your home? Or, in your environment can also be not just your home, but your work, environment, your community, the activities you're involved in, that is your environment. Are they good? Are they working for you? Are they helping you? Are they helping you to grow as a person? And so what do you want to change in your environment? Maybe you've kind of been neglecting your home for all these years and you want to declutter, or you want to change things around, or maybe even want to move at this point. So those are the fun kind of things that we're going to talk about. Your friendships would be another area that we could look at. And that's, a lot of times when we have little kids, our friendships are based on who our kids are friends with, the activities they're involved in, things like that, proximity. So now that you don't have kids and you're not running around to all kinds of activities, who are your friends? Do you want to have different friendships, growth friendships, better friendships? Do you want to deepen the ones you have? Reconnect with people you haven't seen in a while. Those are the kinds of things you need to think about in the friendship arena. And contribution. We were created for contribution. God has put us on this earth to contribute to others, not to live for ourselves, but to live for other people. And for a long time, those other people were the ones that were inside the walls of our home. And so now we need to look at, okay, well, most of the time there's just, maybe you and your spouse. And so you want to see where it is that you're going to contribute now. Are you going to volunteer? Are you going to get a different job? Are you going to get a job? Maybe you haven't worked in a really long time and you need to work through that whole thing. But our life is designed to contribute to others. And the key to this is, and it always has been, is that we want to contribute from a place of abundance and not a place of depletion. That's kind of what this whole, the wholeness vision is about, is that we're contributing out of this source of abundance that comes from within us. And how long has it been since you have felt like you were contributing from abundance and not depletion? Okay, so let's talk about wealth too. Wealth is not just money, it's your time, your talent, and your treasure. And money's not a bad thing. I've found that a lot of times in Catholic circles, people view money as a bad thing. It's a tool. It's a tool to be used that you use to contribute to others. That's really what it is, and to provide for your needs. And so if you don't have a lot of money, or if you're financially strapped, you're under stress all the time. And that's not what God wants you to be. He wants you to live a life of abundance. And that abundance can be just a life full of joy, and it maybe it includes money and maybe it doesn't. But we need to have good people who have money so that we can work in that avenue to change the world. So we'll spend time talking about the importance of wealth. And finally, we're going to talk about your health, because for so long we've been taking care of everybody else, and and as we age and our bodies, change and all that fun female stuff, our health is the thing that we tend to put on the back burner. And not only your physical health, but your mental health, your emotional health, and your spiritual health. We'll have all kinds of discussions about that too. So what I'm going to go for here is to help you answer the question, who am I? Let's rediscover who we are as women, as wives, as mothers of young adult and older children, right? And let's talk about living a life of wholeness, a life of integration, and a life of chasing our dreams and making sure that all those areas of our lives are designed well and are thriving, because that's what we were created for, was to live in truth, beauty, and goodness. And we get so overwhelmed with all the things going on in our world and all the things that we need to take care of, and all the people and the social media and all the stresses and all the comparison and competition, and we need to stop. And we need to live the life that God created us to live and be the woman that God created us to be, okay? And that means that we have to design who that woman is. And then we have to learn the skills that we need to learn to become that woman and to do the thing that God wants us to do in this season, because every season of your life has a dream, and that dream is put there by God, and it's up to you to fulfill that dream because He's given it to you, and you are the only one who can fulfill it. There's nobody else who can fulfill the dream that is on your heart placed there by God. Think about that. If you don't do it, who's going to? And so these are the things that this channel is going to talk about. I'm always open to suggestions and questions and ideas, and I hope to have guests on here too that can help shed some light on these things. And I also, like I said, I coach women in this area, so if this is something you're interested in, it's something we can dive into one-on-one also. But this channel is going to be for you and to help you to, and myself too, as I've recently kind of just entered this new phase of life. And so to help you out with this too, every week I'm going to leave you with an action step, because a lot of times the thing that happens is we just don't take action. Maybe we don't know what to do, maybe we do know what to do, but we're not taking action, and that's where the problems start. Maybe we don't know how to make decisions, maybe we don't know how to overcome this inaction. So each week, to kind of help you out, I'm going to leave you with an action step and a script, because mindset and changing our mindset to be more positive is a huge thing in living this life of abundance and interior freedom. So we're going to have a script each week that you can repeat to yourself or modify to suit your own needs and your own personality, but something that you can fall back on every time you feel, a certain way, depending on what we're talking about. So your action step for this week is to think about the 8 areas that I talked about earlier: your self-image, environment, family, intimate relationship, friendship, contribution, wealth, and health. Think about those 8 areas and think about where you might be having problems. Where do you need to change things drastically? Where do you think you're doing okay, but want to just elevate things a little bit and really make your life pop, right? So those are the 8 areas I want you to think about. And to help you out with that, in the description under this video is going to be a link that you can click on, and that will take you to an assessment. And that assessment will walk you through these 8 areas that we talked about, and it'll give you an idea of where you're falling. Are you completely depleted, or is your life whole, or are you somewhere in the middle? Are you stuck? That's sometimes the worst place to be. Are you stuck? And what areas are you stuck in? And so feel free to go ahead and click on that link and take the quiz. If you're interested, you can book, if you want to take that next big action step, you can click on the other link to set up a free strategy session with me, to be like a 45-minute phone call, and we can go through your assessment and we can talk about what your plan is and where you want to go and what action steps you want to take, and set up a plan specific to you. So go ahead and take advantage of those 2 links. So your script for this week, something I want you to think about and utilize, or tweak if you need to, is God puts the right people in my path at the right time. Sometimes I know we feel like we're not getting what we need, but we have to trust that God knows what we need and when we need it. And so I hope I can be that right person for you at the right time, right when you need it. So remember that script: God puts the right people in my path at the right time. So thanks for joining. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, I'm open to suggestions and encouragement and ideas of maybe topics you would want to talk about. And please do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified when the next episode is going to happen, and share it with a friend. The more the merrier. Let's grow together. And I hope to see you at A Plan for Joy in the next episode. Have a good day, and God bless.